That my Brooklyn, go see Chirac, Southside, C12, 911, grrr to the Riasi, we still outside. Mine on the riches, hard in the trenches. You can't throw dirt on the underground, we thrive in it. Ghana boy stocks on the rise, Charlie, this flex.
We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Indianapolis Colts and the Tennessee Titans. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Here comes Harris out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The NFL's leading rusher in 2019 and 2020, Derrick Henry. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. They'll take that 14 yards on play number 1.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
They keep it with Henry on first down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
The Titans at 2-3 here to begin the new season. They come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
79 Broncos. Buffalo 18.
On 2nd and 9, Willis. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Tennessee getting the first down on a big play of 18 yards.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Play action. Willis on the move to his left. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And that's a nice throw right there. And I'll tell you what I've seen in recent times and actually watched a presentation in the offseason from a college offensive coordinator that showed about 10 different drills that he runs with his quarterbacks to show them how to get out of the pocket, how to get comfortable when they're doing so, and to make plays under that type of duress. That's an example of what we see in the colleges delivered to the NFL.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
And defensively, these corners struggled last week. They're struggling again here early on the opening drive.
And you know that was not unnoticed on tape. So when they saw their struggle last week, guaranteed that went right into the game plan. Attack them early, see if they're going to play any better, and if not, you keep the pressure on them until things change.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Inside handoff, Henry.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll run it again with Henry. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about tiny? You're talking about the little guy back
Tiny.
there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. the first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
Third down, it's Willis.
And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up fourth down here.
On is Josh Lambo for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Lambo will put this one through, and the Titans hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0.
Well, given where they started that opening drive, CD, I think to get 3 out of it, probably a pretty good start that they'll take.
I think you're exactly right about that because they just shook off the effects of the kickoff in field position and took the ball and moved it downfield. Didn't pay off with a touchdown, but that drive, that was really nice for them, and they did come away with 3 points.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Ryan and the Colts getting set here, 1st and 10.
At their 25-yard line.
Now the NFL's leading rusher in 2021, Jonathan Taylor.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Well, these two teams met in Indy earlier in the year with the Colts coming out on top. So a win here in Nashville would give them the season series.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
There's a little bit of lightning talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Now Ryan.
This one completes Alec Pierce. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor.
And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
On 3rd down, Ryan.
Now that's into the hit.
Now the ball comes loose. It's picked up by the Titans.
He's got room at the 30.
And they're going to bring this one back. A fumble return touchdown for the Titans. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that in a great play for that defensive unit. Josh Lambo now for the point after. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they are back down to the 500 mark after 2 straight losses. And, Charles, this is a team that, to be frank, their play has really dropped off the last couple of weeks.
And, Brandon, I think there's a sense around the building that they can't let this losing streak get any worse than it is. Because if they were to lose here and fall below 500, then you're playing catch-up the rest of the way. They've got to take a stand and make it stop right now.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now it's Hines. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On 2nd down, right back to Hines. And some space here. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the 1st quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Again, it's Taylor. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up in a 3rd and 9 situation. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA's. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. They go play action now. Ryan. Oh, into a sea of defenders have intercepted. Picked off by Christian Fulton. And the Titans are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. He just joined the double-digit party with that last pick. He now has 10 on the season.
And that takes a great amount of skill, study, a tad bit of luck. But bottom line, he's had a heck of a season.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Boy, 30 more yards and another 1st down. Well, they love them to sleep there, so to speak. That was all set up by the running game, wasn't it?
Another example of what all offensive coordinators tell us. When the running game's operating, it really opens up the playbook, and that's when they hit them with the play action. And you can see the defenders rushing towards the line of scrimmage, then scrambling back, trying to cover. Couldn't get there in time.
Well scripted. They had the big running play, now the big passing play. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Willis looking middle, and it's incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Right back to the air again with Willis. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Grover Stewart getting in there for the sack. So not only do you not get the first down, but you've also made things a lot more difficult on your field goal kicker.
Yeah, they're still in range, but you're exactly right, because you know the kicker's over there saying, thanks a lot, you just made my job a little tougher, because when he kicks it now, he'll kick it lower because he's got to get more distance. That means there's more jeopardy for the ball to get tipped or blocked.
The kick by Lambo is good, and that will extend their lead even further. They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. And they'll send the slot in motion left. To throw again on 2nd down. Ryan. And he's got Pierce. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
On 1st down, Ryan delivers another one to Pierce. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. 2nd and 6. Here's Ryan to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the Titans will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
Many times when a play breaks down and the quarterback's moving around outside of the pocket, you're thinking just get rid of something short. But a lot of guys are coached, think deep, take the big shot, hoping someone can get lost behind the secondary. They weren't able to connect on that one.
Meanwhile, Willis' throw pulled in by Woods. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So the 14 yards actually takes them from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Henry. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 49 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
A 1st down carry for Henry. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
On second down, here's Henry. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down.
Mustang 19. Trap 50, trap 60.
Now Willis on third down. This is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
Everything's going right here in this first half, and they've got a good lead, and part of that can be attributed to their success on third downs. This is another conversion here, and they can look to really open things up now with this first and goal.
And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Derrick Henry with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Here's Ryan. Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. From the 44, Ryan. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Ryan. He finds Pierce. It's complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Over the middle, hauled in by Pierce. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Throwing again on second down. Ryan. And the ball is knocked out. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And so the last 3 drives, you've got 2 interceptions and a fumble. I think we know why they're losing right now.
Without question, and we've seen the evidence, just what you talked about there. If they take care of the football, number 1, maybe they're not having this deficit. And number 2, maybe they actually have the lead.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
60 Eagles, 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Now Willis. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. They've got a pretty comfortable lead right now, but maybe a little too careless with the football that time for the rookie.
I think the key word there is comfortable. And there's 2 schools of thought on it. With that type of a lead, maybe you can take a few more chances because you have a cushion. Others will tell you, don't eat up the cushion with careless play. He'll learn to ride that line as he moves on in his career.
And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
On the jump.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. So we've reached halftime here in Nashville, the Music City, with the Titans out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now it's Ryan. He's got the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Ryan. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Throwing again, Ryan. A short throw. This is caught by Cox. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Pass complete downfield. It's Pierce. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 13-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On the counter, it's Taylor. And he stopped immediately there. Kevin Byard up to make the tackle. It shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. To throw is Ryan. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. 86 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 14 yards that time for number 14.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Play action. Here's Willis. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
2nd 10 coming up here in Nashville. 3rd quarter action. Henry up the middle. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
31 yards on the punt there. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
22. 39.
Now Ryan. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. That sack backs Ryan and the Colts up a bit here, facing a 3rd and long. And the slot man goes in motion left. On 3rd down, Ryan. Got an open man. That's Campbell. Finding room at midfield. The 30. 10. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Point after, right down the middle. And that cuts this lead down to 13. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Here comes Harris out of the end zone.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Willis now off the play fake. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down, it's Willis. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it certainly felt like he was going to challenge this defense no matter what, and he stepped up and tried to throw it to the outermost edge of the zone coverage, and they were more than ready for him. The problem now is if they are limited in what they're doing throwing the football, they got to figure out how to move it without being able to throw it to the outside and throw it downfield.
After the interception, here's Ryan. That's going to be caught by Allie Cox. Touchdown! Mo Alley Cox, his first touchdown on the year. And the Colts are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. And nowadays in NFL football, you have to account for all the receivers, sure, but the tight end's such a weapon, and they prove it right there.
Oh, without a doubt. And we're seeing now the golden age of tight ends catching the football. I go back to Kellen Winslow. To me, he was a prototype.
The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 102 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Well, clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit him over the top.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. So again, it's Henry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 11 now. Willis. Man open is board. It's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
On 3rd down, it's Willis. This will go to Henry out wide. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
2nd down and goal. Willis steps away to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal.
Buffalo 18. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat.
Willis on 3rd and goal. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least. If they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
And Lambo will put this one through, and that will make this a 9-point lead.
So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan.
And he's got Pierce. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Now this throw caught left side. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Ryan to throw. Touchdown, Colts. Paris Campbell with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Colts have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So a minute and change to go, and this is going to be an onside kick. Well, I think the Colts got this. They did. A field goal will do it for them. They got the onside kick that they needed here. We'll see if they can do the rest.
Some teams are just not comfortable waiting to see what happens. Some teams like to force the action. That's exactly what we saw with this onside kick.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. The football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive.
On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted. Picked up by Amani Hooker. And the Titans have just about sewn up this football game. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
Half the 60, half the 60. 18, 5 here. Let's go, let's go.
The 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It's a gain of 4, and that should just about seal the deal.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, 2nd down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Running from the gun with Henry. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside.
Let's go now.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings.
On 3rd down, Henry. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Ready, break. Ready.
They'll run for it with Henry. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all of what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So for Tennessee, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Tech.
Yeah, my day ones here to dance.